What's up? This is Bacon is my podcast. I'm Jimmy.
I am Mike.
And we are proud to be part of the Deluxe Edition network. That is right, the Den.
That's right, hashtag the Den. We are part of an awesome network with a number of fantastic podcasts, such as History I'd Like to Fuck, or HILF Podcast, Barrel Age Chicks, Barrel Age Flicks, Spoil My Movie, Deluxe Edition Podcast. Man, I could go on forever.
You could, but we won't, so you can go
Beard
watch.
Laws.
Go listen, go watch, check them all out now.
In a
Deluxe
pickle.
Edition Network.
Right now, deluxeeditionnetwork.com. Follow it on social medias, Deluxe Edition Network.
What's your bacon? What's up, buddy?
Ew. I know it's cold.
Indeed.
So you want to get the sweaters going.
No. I reject that. And I'll tell you why.
Why would you do that?
Well, you don't put gloves on furry hands, do you?
Well, no.
No, you don't. So you know what? I like to keep my beanbag clean like my palms.
Yes.
That's right.
The Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra is out now. It's got the skin-safe technology you used to.
Does.
It's got the LED light like you used to. But this one, it's got the foil blade.
Oh my god, the foil blade. It's nice for the crevasse.
Exactly. So it, hooks up your nether regions.
Goes right up the Mississippi on the one side and the Rio Grande on the other side.
Exactly. So go to manscaped.com, use the promo code BACONPOD for 20% off, plus free shipping.
Yeah, indeed.
And it's not even just for this, right?
No, it's for anything on there.
Exactly, especially
Our favorite.
The crop mops, the ball and butt wipes. If you see us, we always give them out.
We'll hand them to you.
Exactly.
They'll be in the package, it's okay.
If you don't see us, manscaped.com, promo code BACONPOD, 20% off of those bad boys.
Free shipping.
And always remember to ask yourself,
what's your bacon?
welcome everybody to Discussion and Drinks. We're recording on a different day.
Yeah.
We're at a different time as well.
We're not going to do the intro?
What?
When are we going to do the intro?
Right now.
Are we doing it right now?
That's it.
Is that what's happening right now?
That's literally, that's why.
Is that why the clap was there?
That's why the
I
clap.
was just checking. I was making sure.
Yeah. So we're here, and we're going to be trying some things, and we're going to be talking about our health a little bit.
Yeah. We're making some positive health changes that apparently include shrimp chips and
Day drinking.
Yeah.
So
join us.
yeah.
Day drinking starts in 21 seconds.
Bacon! Bacon is my podcast! Bacon! Bacon is my... Bacon! Bacon is my podcast! Bacon! Bacon is my...
Bad.
Yeah.
That is a not bad cost.
Yes. So, guys, we are here. It is time for Discussion and Drinks, and today on tap, the drink that we're going to have, we discussed this. We discussed this last week.
So
we have
it's another pivot.
Right, again. That's what we do.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
So
Often pivoting.
So we were going to just drink whatever we have here, right?
Because there's a lot of half full and quarter full bottles of
things.
various liquors. Lots of whiskeys.
It's more liqueurs.
A couple of liqueurs. Yeah, for sure.
We have one whiskey that is awful.
Yeah. And some tequila.
Then we have some tequila that we haven't even opened yet.
That's probably bad.
It's shaped like a guitar.
It's likely bad.
It's likely bad.
Yeah.
I'll bring lime juice in when we do that though.
Good idea.
So,
Good idea.
But what we said was, hey, let's be thrifty and let's just go through what we have.
All right, let's
over the next
finish
few months.
what's here before we spend on new things.
Right. And it just so happened that I was in a liquor store.
The very next show.
Yeah.
Haven't done that once yet.
And I saw out of the corner of my eye a little Tullamore Dew 12. And
I'm interested.
And I said, this is reasonably priced for a 12-year aged whiskey.
Yeah.
I think we should try this. I think I should buy this.
If you don't mind me asking, how much would they charge me?
It was about $55,
That's not bad.
which
actually.
you know, if you're
It's
talking
pretty
about
normal.
like a red breast, it's like 70.
Yeah.
You know, any kind of the Jameson.
It's on the lower end of the spectrum. You usually
12s is like, I think that's a $90 or $125 bottle.
Yeah, you're usually looking somewhere between 50 and 80, and then there's a few outliers right above.
So I mean,
so to be on the
Tullamore,
lower end of the spectrum is pretty good.
Well, Tullamore is delicious, and its normal is on par price wise with Jameson or Euro and Co's and stuff like that. But 12-year, when it's on that level of the price dealie.
Now, do we have any leftover regular Tullamore to compare it to?
No. We
I thought that was probably
one of the things that we finished
first.
last year. Yeah, because we're trying to be conscious,
thrifty.
So yeah, that's what I got. It comes in this like really cool case too. And if you don't see it here, if you're just listening, go to Strangerhood TV and take a look. But yeah, it's
very nice. If you are our patrons, let us know in the chat what your experience is with whiskeys or 12 years or aged things that you might dig, or in the chat. If you're not in the chat because you're not live and you're not a patron, jump in the comments. Let us know.
Oh, they even have tasting
Anything
notes.
else we could try.
They have tasting notes on the inside of this.
Do they?
Yeah.
Well, that's exciting.
Nose, early spice accompanied by red wine, while a nice nuttiness follows. A light woody note is also evident, bringing to mind the 12 years spent in an oak cask.
Oh.
Taste. A deep, robust taste with a spice and linseed oil giving a creamy body and powerful chocolate flavor. Dried fruits and nuts accompanied by the chocolate, giving a versatile praline note to the taste. Pralines. Have you ever had a praline?
I have had a praline.
There's a really good place in New Orleans, which we're going to be next week. We're going to be filming an episode from there. We'll have to get some. They make them there. There's a really good place that makes them right there, right next to Cafe Du Monde.
Nice. Okay.
And Cafe Du Monde, what do you want to get there?
Beignets.
Beignets.
What's a beignet?
Wear black. Wear black.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah.
I wear black all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't. If you ever go to Cafe,
I'm gonna look like I'm on a Coke binge the whole weekend.
If you ever go to Cafe Du Monde, do not wear black.
But I'm not gonna wear white.
Right. It's not after Labor Day.
Yeah.
There's still more tasting notes here. Finish. The finish is long and rich with some citrus, chocolate, raisin, and marzipan all lingering.
I bet you we're going to taste all of those things.
I also
bet if you left either of us in an oak cask for 12 years, we would have a robust and spicy taste.
I bet I would look like a raisin.
With dried nuts as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a feeling that we're going to taste some of those things, but not all of them.
I have a feeling we're going to taste whiskey. I don't know. I don't have that advanced of a palate. I can sometimes get like the vanilla, like, because that's a pretty distinct flavor.
Sure.
But a lot of times I have a hard time. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but like when I'm trying to taste things, oak is a pretty, it just like, I'll get the smell of wood,
oaky,
you know, and I'll be like, oh, that must be oak. Vanilla comes through. Spice comes through more as heat. I like that.
The ASMR people.
Indeed.
Okay.
Who do we got in the who do we got in here? Anybody day drinking?
Ziggy is not down not day
drinking and Excel
working.
programming don't mix. Yeah, that's
I've done it before. It's not easy.
Yeah.
You gotta really focus on the cells.
Well, they mix, but they might not mix well. Yeah. You might have some separation.
Pinky could totally work day drink because she works from home, and that's it's acceptable. She's playing with Excel sheets too.
Nice.
Listen, if you can, sometimes it's just a matter of like using the right eye like whichever eye is strongest for you,
Mhm.
and then you can find the cell.
Yeah,
You
just
can
shut
type
the
into
other
it.
one.
Yeah, that's all. So yeah, it smells delicious.
It does.
It really smells nice.
It smells really light.
Yeah.
Like there's not like a really, sometimes you'll smell like a whiskey and how would you describe a heavy smell and a light smell?
I feel like
There's like a crispness to the light smell, maybe.
yes,
Or it's
like it's like the difference between having a refreshing drink and a like it's the difference between drinking Guinness on a summer day and like a shandy on a summer day,
but in scent.
but in
form.
scent form. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you smell it and you're like, oh, that smells like it would be drinkable.
Yeah.
It's not going to coat my whole mouth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing.
I am excited about this.
I am too. I'm excited to try this. Just
like,
cover the ice, man.
Yeah, just cover the ice.
Just cover the ice.
Yeah.
I was in Nashville over the weekend, and that was a saying that came up a lot. Was just cover the ice, man. We're just covering the ice. We got a pitcher. At one place that we went, there was a pitcher of jungle juice.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, "There's rum in that, isn't there?" And I was like, I really can't have much of that. And they were like, "We're just gonna cover the ice, man. We're just covering the ice." So every time my glass was empty, they were like, "Just cover the ice." Like, son of a bitch. But I did not time travel.
Oh, okay.
No. In fact, what I did after that was I got on one of those little rental motorized scooters.
Oh, okay.
And we scooted our way accidentally onto the highway and then back off immediately and through construction and got back to our hotel.
Sweet.
7 of us.
Nice.
I know now what it must feel like to be in a biker gang. I feel it's probably the same. When I was on it, I was like, I bet this is what a Hell's Angels feel like.
I think I'm gonna patch in next time. Bring my Citibank scooter with me.
Yeah, I was like I should have brought my vest.
For all the trips that I've done and that we've done and stuff like that, I've never done the scooter thing.
Oh, dude.
I feel like I need to.
If there are scooters in
New Orleans,
like it's now a thing I will seek out.
Oh,
because we did it every day or every night.
How much is it?
It's depends on how far you go, but it's cheaper than an Uber.
Right.
Like this trip was $4.
Right.
Or something like that. It's more expensive than it should be, but it's still cheaper than an Uber.
Right.
So like you look at it and you're like, oh, that was a ripoff, but then you're like, I didn't get an Uber.
Well, we also business expense a lot of those. So
well, I mean, it's travel.
Yeah, but
it's travel.
It is travel. But I'm saying
it's travel expense.
But if you could choose one or the other.
Well, I'm saying we can business expense scoots because we got to get to places.
Well, no, I'm saying which would you rather if you could?
Scooters.
Oh, okay.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Dude. So much fun.
The only downside I'm going to say is for New Orleans is that it's going to be in the 90s.
Yeah.
It's going to be in the 90s. It is the air there is thick.
Right.
It is thick and viscousy. Like think of, when your oil light goes on.
Right.
And you go, yeah, but I haven't come close to the miles.
Yeah.
So imagine that, but you waited a year to get an oil change.
Okay.
It's that kind of thick.
Oh, okay.
It's that kind of thick.
Okay. Well, scooting is a night activity.
Yeah.
For sure.
For sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
I would also worry about the bugs you can ingest.
No bugs.
No. I mean in New Orleans.
Oh, in New Orleans.
New Orleans is a lot of bugs.
Well, they're big too.
Right.
Yeah.
No, they don't fuck around.
They'll knock you off the scooter.
Yeah,
and steal it from you.
I'm excited about the prospect of this, and I think we should do that in New Orleans if possible.
I'm in.
Yeah,
I'm in. That's like the one thing I didn't delete off my phone was all the scooter apps. I was like,
oh, it's different types of apps.
Well, some of them you can do through Uber or Lyft.
Okay.
Right, but then some of them have their own apps.
Okay. All right. Well, good to know. I'll do a little bit of research.
But you can find them. Like you can be like, where are scooters? And they'll tell you.
Let's dig into this real quick.
Yeah. See what we got going on.
It's very oaky.
It's really light.
It's very light, but very oaky. It reminds me a lot of that This one, the Glendale.
Yeah, there's a lot of I'm getting oak.
Yeah, very oaky.
Not getting spice. I'm
Not getting chocolate.
Not getting dried nuts
No chocolate.
or raisins.
No raisins.
It's nice though.
Yeah,
I like it.
yeah, it's good. It's good. Keeps you in check.
Yeah. You also, I think it's bad to read the description before you drink it, because then we've conjured a flavor in our
We
mind.
thought. All right. Good. We'll remember that for next time.
Pro
Safety
tip. Read it after.
Yeah.
Right.
Because then
Taste
you'd be
it
like, you're
first.
full of shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Instead of like before, and then you build up this like vanilla and oak and spices, and then you drink it, and you're like,
red wine.
It's impossible for a thing to have
Although,
that many. Oh, now you're getting some?
I do get the red wine.
Yeah. Maybe it's blooming.
Well, the red wine is in the nose.
Mm.
It said. Right? You smell it?
No.
You don't smell like the smell it. There's a little bit of red wine.
I don't smell wine. I'm not getting that anyway.
Well,
although I do,
maybe
is advanced. I was going to say I don't have quite as advanced palate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like to burn mine away, but somehow I got wine into that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the placebo effect.
It could be.
It very well could be.
It could be.
Yeah. But yeah, so we're going to talk a little bit about health.
Yeah.
Because
as we drink
as we day drink.
Hit the Tully 12 at 12:30 on a Friday.
We have Donna, who wishes that she was day drinking. She's playing with Excel as well.
Yep. But Pinky's got dino nuggets and alcohol.
I mean, dude,
I can always count on you.
Dino nuggets and alcohol.
I can always, right? Like,
I'm going to say something, though. I appreciate the dino nuggets. I really do.
Yeah.
Gavin, of course, huge dinosaur fan.
Sure.
Loves them. Loves the dino nuggies, right? But if you eat a dino nugget and then eat like a Tyson all white chicken nugget,
right?
You will realize that the dino nuggets are actually kind of gross.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's very little chicken.
But also, you could bite a fucking dinosaur's head off, which is really cool.
I think that the nuggets should be shaped like the animal that they came from.
Yeah,
like a chicken nugget should be shaped like a chicken.
Oh,
yeah, or a horse's hoof.
Right. Exactly. Well, that's Mickey D's.
Yeah,
thanks, Mickey D's. You know,
yeah, the pink stuff.
Whatever that is.
It's when you when you eat down to the bone, and then there's that stuff that you just leave because you're like, I'm not gonna get that.
This is chewy.
What kind of idiot? What kind of idiot does that? McDonald's does that. They scrape it off.
Oh, Tyson makes dino nuggets. Okay. All right.
Okay.
I'd fucks with that. I thought it was just those. So there's like this purple box.
Right.
That's called dino nuggets. And they have them at BJ's and sometimes at Stop and Shop and stuff like that. Those are trash.
Oh, no. You got a spring for this is for your children.
The reason why I got them is because my son was like, these are dinosaurs, but they're chicken nuggets.
Right.
We need these. They didn't have the Tyson ones. If they had the Tyson ones, I'd be like, put that trash away.
Right.
Let's go get some Tyson nuggies.
But instead you were like, let's do this.
All right. So I may have to take a trip to Lidl. Yeah. Thanks, Pinky.
Pinky loves Lidl.
Appreciate it. Yeah. It's got its high points.
It does, for sure.
I got a pork loin from there once.
They have a good bakery there, right? Is that the place?
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Don't get the pork loin there though.
No? Okay.
No. It was lesson learned.
Ah, all right.
Yeah, their meats there are second to everybody.
Due diligence.
Yeah.
Except for their Tyson dino nuggets.
Yeah. Lidl. They're called fun nuggets. Okay.
I bet they are. I bet they are. Nothing more fun than a nugget.
Yeah.
It's a fun nugget. What's in it? Fun.
Fun. And
what do you make it with? Fun.
Exactly.
What are the ingredients? Fun.
And nugget 4. Yeah, so we've been trying to do better
Yeah.
health-wise. I have, over the past month, started another health journey. I feel like that's what everybody is on, right? Like
Everybody's, we're guys online on a podcast. We're definitely on a journey.
right,
Everybody online's on a journey.
right.
Join me on my journey.
Exactly. So, I mean, we're I feel like everybody at one time or another, and more times than not, are always on some sort of health fitness,
Right?
Like, and you get knocked off the horse, and you come back and stuff like that. I had some like personal things going on, and anxiety issues and things like that. So I needed to get exercise back into my life. Working from home in the studio with no windows is a choice, and I needed to make some adjustments there, and that has definitely helped. But
Put a skylight.
I was thinking that. I was thinking that they have those like the dome ones that you could just.
Yeah,
those are really cool. We'll see. Maybe that'd be pretty.
Or they have those screens that you put up that just show the sky.
Like the sky, yeah, yeah. We could do that. We could do that too.
But Donna's on one too, but keeps falling off every 3 days.
Insane.
That's a good schedule, though. I mean, 3 days on.
Yeah.
3 days on, 1 day off. I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's pretty solid. I say you're doing a good job.
Yeah. So I've been trying, less portions, better eating, all that kind of stuff. Blah 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 blah. All the same shit you always hear. And I'll go on the treadmill, not the treadmill, the elliptical.
Right.
I'll do some drumming, several times a week, and get my heart rate going. Do a lot of walks with the dogs, all that kind of stuff. Hey, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me.
I don't think you're the problem. You know what the problem is? Nobody knows where to find us online. That's the problem.
Well,
They're
I think there's...
Sometimes I go to YouTube. Sometimes I want to go to Spotify. Sometimes, how do I know where I can find everything bacon?
You know what there is? There's one place that has everything, all-encompassing. It's baconismypodcast.com.
A solution!
Exactly. You ever want to listen to our music?
Yeah.
Or know where to find us on YouTube?
Yeah.
Or on Apple Music?
Yeah.
Spotify?
Yes.
Maybe grab some shirts?
Find some sponsor.
Find some sweet deals on some sodas from drinkwildbills.com, or maybe some beard product from Mythical Beards.
Maybe you want to pick up a Poddex.
Use the promo code BACON on all of those websites and get 10% off. But if you can't remember that, just go to baconismypodcast.com, hit sponsors. You're right there.
Yeah.
Tells you everything.
Find everything about us. Leave us a comment. Ask us a question. And always remember to ask yourselves every single day.
What's your bacon?
What's your bacon? I'm getting pretty excited because it's almost time to grill.
It's always time to grill. You know why?
I know.
Because I use grillyourassoff.com. All their stuff is fucking fantastic.
Well, I will say you don't even have to grill outside, even though you do all year round. I don't all year round, but I use all their stuff inside as well.
Yes, exactly.
So I still get the flavors.
Exactly. Everything from their seasoning to their sauces to their hot sauces. And you know what? They also provide delicious snacks.
They do. We actually tried some on the show. We got some cowboy-style beef jerky right here. Their jerky is really, really good.
It's really flavorful, really delicious, and you can have your own. If you go to grillyourassoff.com,
Indeed.
If you go to grillyourassoff.com, use the promo code BACON, and you get 10% off your entire order.
Nice.
And not only will you be helping us out, but you'll be helping out veterans and first responders.
Yeah.
Because this company is veteran owned, and it's super badass, and we love these guys. Almost a day one sponsor with this show.
That's true.
And we are going to support them forever. Super
check
cool
out their
guys.
site. Check it out. Taste the freedom. If you don't know what you want to get, go ahead and use their product finder quiz.
Yes.
And set yourself up. Figure something out right now over at grillyourassoff.com.
And always remember to ask yourself,
What's your bacon?
what's your bacon?
Or what's on your bacon?
Bunker bacon bourbon barbecue sauce. That's what's up. But recently, because I'm not a breakfast person, I'm really not a breakfast person. Like, sometimes if it's like, hey, there's a really good breakfast place, it's like, all right, like, wake me up at 10 or 11 and we'll go. But otherwise, I'm just like, give me coffee. That's all I need.
Yeah, I'm also not a breakfast person. I learned a valuable lesson yesterday about if I'm gonna. I joined a gym.
Oh yeah,
and I've gone a few times last week and like 4 times this week. And what I joined, for anybody out there that's thinking about gyms and they're like, oh, I can't decide what gym I want to go to and stuff, through AAA, there is something called Active and Fit, and you pay $22 a month and you can go to whatever gym you want anywhere in the country.
really?
Yep. So I walked into Planet Fitness because Annie has a Planet Fitness, and I went with her one day and I was like, hey, can I get a Planet Fitness card with this? And they were like, yep, here you go. Now I can go there. And then I walked into Crunch and I was like, hey, can I get a thing here? And they were like, yep, here you go. And I was like, what does it include? And they were like, everything except tanning. And I was like, we all know I don't tan. Look at me.
It's a
Pale is the new tan, my friends. Tan ages you. You ever see the
Oh yeah,
someone that's been tanned a lot? Yeah, they look like a football.
right.
So for that, I can go to any gym. I can also go to classes,
That's fantastic.
which is pretty awesome. And then they have a bunch of like online home workouts and all that kind of stuff that you can do as well. So it's pretty cool. So if any of you are on AAA, and you're wondering about that, I totally recommend it.
I'm gonna have to do
It's a good deal, unless you're just going to go to the gym by you that gives you like a $15 membership. Yeah, that's cheaper. But like now I can go with Annie, or if there's days I want to go to Crunch to go to a class, I can do that. But I can also go use the machines at Planet Fitness, and like I can kind of do whatever. But I decided, I was like, hey, I think it's probably going to be a good idea for me to like do one of the trainer days, which they'll give you for free. They'll set you up with a trainer for like an hour session, and they'll give you a workout that you're going to do. They'll talk to you and get all your goals and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, I should do that, because one of 2 things is going to happen when I go to the gym. I'm either going to not work out enough, right? And I'm gonna feel like, I feel pretty good, and then I'm not gonna really do anything, and I'm gonna leave and I'm gonna do everything wrong because I don't really know what I'm doing. Or 2, I'm gonna be like, I could probably work out the way I worked out the last time I remember working out, which was like when I was in high school on like the wrestling team, and I'll hurt myself. Right. They'll find me like blacked out on a machine.
Yeah, right.
And it'll be embarrassing because ambulance will have to be called.
Right.
Yeah, I'll break something. So I didn't want either of those scenarios.
Sure.
So I decided, give me that. So and this is a fun story about someone who doesn't eat breakfast and then goes to a personal trainer. So I showed up very excited. Very excited. I showed up and I met Jake, my personal trainer, not from State Farm, Jake from Crunch.
Okay. Did you ask him what he was wearing?
I saw what he was wearing, but I was like, what you got underneath? Right. Big dude, fun guy. He was like, hey, I want to ask you some questions. Talk to me about like what your goals are and everything like that. He's like, how fast do you want to reach your goals? And I was like, dude, someday. I want to get in better shape. I want to not be as round as I am right now. I'd like to be a different shape. I'd like to improve overall everything.
I'm looking for sustainable.
Yeah.
Right.
And I was like, I'm not trying to like cut up or get big or anything. I was like, I just want to be like functionally in shape and strong. I want to be able to like do the shows that I want to do. And I want to be able to do the things I want to do. And I want to be able to wear what I want. Like those,
Right.
That's it. That's all I care about. You know, I want to not be winded
Sure.
unless I'm being chased.
Right.
Right. And he was like, okay. He was like, we had a good rapport already. He was laughing. We were having a good time. He was like, when's the last time you ate? And I was like, last night at about 8 o'clock. And he was like, okay. He goes, well, so if you're going to be working out, you should probably eat in the morning so that you're not, you know, like, so that you have some protein, you give yourself an hour after you eat before you come in. It's just a smart move. You don't want like your blood pressure to spike or anything like that to happen because, you know, you could get a head rush. You could pass out. You could do this. You could do that. You could hurt yourself. And I was like, okay, cool. Well, duly noted. Let's go. So the first thing we went on was if anybody out there has ever like played football, they have this sled that you push, right? And they have a machine that replicates that. And it is awesome. And it sucks.
Right.
Right. So he was like, okay.
As the best workouts.
Right. So he's like, we're going to get you on this. See, that's your timer right there. And that's your intensity. You want to keep your intensity above 2. And you're going to go for a full 30 seconds, keeping it above 2. And I said, okay. And he said, go. And I went. And I was like, wow, this is harder to keep this above 2. 30 seconds. Okay. That's half a minute. So I did it. Wasn't that bad. I was like, okay, not that bad. I can feel that it's going to do something for sure. Right. So we did that like 3 times with a little break in between. And then he was like, okay, so now we're going to go for a full minute. And I was like, oh, a minute's a long time, I think. To keep that above 2. Like keep it above 2 for 30 seconds was a challenge. So I get on and I'm watching the minute. He's talking to me and I'm like, I don't hear you. I'm just looking at this because I see like 1-9, 1-8, 1-7. I'm like 2. Gotta get to 2. Got there, did it though, and felt good. I was like, this is a cool machine. I'm like this. This is gonna be a good one. And he goes, okay, next we're gonna go to this other one where it's a rope and you sit down and you literally, it's like you're climbing a rope and there's a certain amount of difficulty, like intensity on the rope, like a weight attached to it type of thing. We put it on 1, which is the lowest, which good, cool. Because he was like, where are you at with your health? Where would you say 1 to 10 you are in fitness? And I'd be like, probably like 3. I was like, let's be real with each other, man. I'm not in a wheelchair, but I'm also I'm not going to sit here and be like, I could probably do it. Like, I'm not not that either. Treat me like I'm an infant and let them teach me how to walk. Right. So first you're pulling the rope down, 30 seconds, sucks. Then you're sitting at the back of the thing and you're pulling the rope towards you. Oh, that sucks too.
That's under here.
Then you're standing up and pulling the rope towards you. Also sucks.
Yeah.
You have to have a rhythm for it too. Otherwise, like the rope just kind of like starts falling. Then you stand and you have to pull the rope up. That is the worst thing on earth. He's like, yeah, you're going to grab it. And we were at a good rapport at this point. He was like, about dick height and bring it to about face. And I was like, dick to face. Gotcha. Gotcha, Jake. Thanks. So I'm doing that. And I'm like, wow, that really sucks. That hurts a lot. And he's like, yep. So I did that. And he's like, how you feeling? And I was like, pretty good, actually. Like, this is cool. I'm digging this. He goes, next, we're going to do lunges. And we're going to go from one side of the place to the other side of the place doing lunges. Lunges are where you step forward, bend your knee so you're down on one knee, and then you stand back up and bring your other knee forward and bend down and to your kneeling position, then stand up. About halfway down, I was like, wow, this hurts.
Yeah.
A lot. And we made it. And then we had to turn around and go back. And as we're going back, I'm just getting slower and slower and started to feel like I'm going to fall sideways. And I was like, hey, man, I'm feeling a little wobbly here. He's like, yeah, we just got to get there, though. And I was like, all right. And made it, felt good. And we did some like bicycle crunches, right? Where you're supposed to touch your elbow to your knee. And I was like, the gut is getting in the way of the elbow touching the knee, but I'm giving it a good shot. Right. And he was like, yeah, I got the gut too. And I was like, shut your, I don't want to swear jar thing. Shut your,
You hit it a couple
freak.
times.
I know, I'm counting. Shut your effing mouth, Jake. And so we went through that. And then we went to the chest press machine. So we got up from those, got over to the chest press machine. And I was like, I think I need to take a second because I'm starting to get like little black spots. Just little black spots.
Yeah.
So I sat down on the chest press machine and I was like, yeah, just give me a couple seconds because I'm feeling a little like, wow. And he goes, yeah, you probably should have ate. I'm like, yeah, I probably should have ate. And I blinked. And when my eyes opened from the blink, there were 3 people in front of me now. with a Gatorade and a power bar. And I was like, that's magic. How did that happen so fast?
Wow.
And I looked at Jake and I go, Jake, did I pass out? And he had, Jake was white in the face. And he goes, yeah, man.
Wow.
All I could think, the first thought that came to my mind was like, first to be like, yo, man, this ain't your fault. And I was like, it's okay, Jake. But apparently, my body didn't feel bad. I felt pretty good. But my brain was like, what are we doing? I want a candy bar and a juice, and I'm going to shut down until I get it. And so I opened my eyes, and there was a candy bar and a juice, and it was fine.
Oh, God.
so then he was like, are you okay? And I go, yeah, I feel fine. That was weird. That's never happened to me before. Like, I've never, like, I expected to feel like weight on the chest, can't breathe, any of that stuff. All it was I was like, oh man, I'm like blinking a lot.
Yeah.
And then I was just blinked again. And apparently that was like a 30-second blink.
Yeah.
And he was like, all right, you gonna be all right? And I go, yeah. I was like, we just went on a journey together today, Jake.
Wow.
And he was like, I got to do 3 more of these today. And I go, well, I hope they're all better than this one. And he was like, I was worried there for a second because I like you. And I was like, do you like me less now? Because I still like you the same. And I mean, to be honest, you're in charge of this, not me. I want to say thanks to Jake from Crunch. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, that was my experience there. And I said, I tell you what, Jake, how about you tell me what the next few machines were going to be? We walk through, you give me the ideas. I'm going to keep coming back here and doing the first few things that we did until I'm not feeling like I'm going to black out. And then we'll revisit this. And he was like, all right. He was just eat next time, man. And I go, okay, yeah, that's a good idea. And I was like, what do I owe you for the candy bar and the juice? He's like, it's good.
Just don't sue me. That's all. Don't sue me for it.
And I was like, oh man, I can't wait to tell this on the show.
That's fantastic.
That was a funny experience.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's I've passed out before, and it's weird.
Yeah.
It's you wake up and you're like, well, huh?
Well, and like I didn't fall off the thing. It's like I sat down on the machine and I just went like, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Why is everybody being weird?
Just had a blip.
Yeah.
It's just a blip.
It was just a reboot. I just rebooted. Sometimes it takes 30 seconds.
It's a soft reboot.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, I mean, breakfast. Like I'm the same way with breakfast. Like I'm just not a breakfast person. Like I said, you got to schedule it and say, hey, we're gonna go get a real good breakfast. Or
right.
If you're going to like a theme park or something, and you're like, okay, the morning is when you eat, and then midday
gives you energy for the rest.
Get you a little bit of get a little bit of something to sustain, but but I notice that if I don't eat in the morning, the later in the day, I get hungry and
Sure.
stay hungry.
Right.
So I have been doing shakes and stuff. And
What are you making your shakes out of?
frozen fruit,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes a little bit of peanut butter, and like a scoop of protein powder and greens.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's like a whey-based protein with.
Are you still doing the athletic greens thing?
No,
I didn't.
No,
I didn't keep with it either.
I didn't either. I mean, until they come back and try to be a sponsor again, it was kind of gross and didn't make me feel any better.
Welcome to Sorta Kinda Funny. We're a comedy podcast
Brother and sister duo.
where we take your guys' embarrassing moments and stories and turn them into humor because life's about laughing at yourself, and we are sure gonna laugh at ourselves. I am James. I am your main Mac Daddy host, and I'm also joined by a loser. Go ahead and
Wow.
introduce yourself, loser. Go ahead. Don't be shy.
This is Lauren.
Give it to them.
Absolutely,
Baby.
absolutely. What did you just say?
Also, we sing a lot, so if you haven't listened to this first episode, I'm sorry.
We have new episodes available every Thursday and would love nothing more than to hang out with you. Does that sound too desperate?
Yes.
Okay. Check us out wherever you listen to your podcasts, and we'll see you on Thursday. And as always,
Text me if you want to hang out.
bye.
What's up, fam?
Yeah.
Bacon listeners? Ever wanted to help out the show? Ever wanted to know a little bit more about what goes on behind the scenes here at Bacon?
Perhaps keep these glasses a little bit fuller.
Mine's empty.
Yeah. Go over to patreon.com/baconismypodcast where you can get additional content, including tastings.
Yeah, you can get cooking shows.
You can get early ad-free shows.
That's right.
And at even the lowest tier, come participate with us every week in our discussion and drinks episode where we hang out with you, our BIMP squad.
You're a part of the show. Join us, hang out, weigh in on everything that we're talking about, weigh in on everything, maybe be a part of the show.
Exactly.
It's happened.
Join the BIMP squad.
Yeah.
Get your first week for free over
right
at
now.
patreon.com/baconismypodcast.
What's your bacon?
I do like that. Looking at our group right now, I'm so glad that some of you are at work, and some of our Patreons, like Donna, trying so hard not to laugh and bring attention to myself.
Yeah.
And Pinky's dead.
The ED.
Nice.
The ED. But try some shakes. You know, like
Yeah,
we got
yeah.
one of those ninjas, and I'll
I used to
just
do
like the-
shakes. I have the personal ninja. You know, you
Yeah,
just make
yeah,
it in one cup. We did them for a while. Like Annie got I think like 2 months worth of like where they send it to you. You know, one of those things for a while. And we did those, and they're good. I don't know. I usually don't feel full after them.
Oh, see, I've been feeling full.
That's good.
I've been feeling full. I I put in like a banana to a banana and a half
Mm-hmm.
in. Bananas seem to be the only fruit that really like fills me up.
Yeah. I always
Um,
bring one to work. But yeah, I never eat breakfast. I start eating, I'll eat a little bit, like if I do eat breakfast, it's usually like a banana, some berries, and I'll do some like, I have like pistachios.
Yeah.
So I'll do like that right before I go to work, and I'll bring stuff with me to work to eat later. I bring stuff in my little lunchbox for when I leave work at like 8:30.
Yeah.
And then while I'm there, I'll eat like a banana or an apple.
Yeah.
So surprisingly, you would think I'd be a lot thinner, but
What it is the snacking. The like, all right, well, I'm home. I have this around. I'm gonna just
Right,
grab
right.
a handful of that.
Yeah.
And a handful turns into like 4 or 5.
sure. Yeah.
And just because something's around, you just kind of like, well, all I had was this for breakfast,
Right.
and lunch and
And you're
dinner,
bored.
and
stuff,
then you're
yeah.
like, but I did sit and watch YouTube for an hour and
right.
was eating something else, but it doesn't count because it wasn't a meal.
Right.
So I've been doing much better with that. Night snacking.
Yeah.
Night snacking is the best, but it's also the worst for you.
It is pretty great.
Ziggy doesn't skip a meal.
But if he does, it's lunch.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I hate lunch. Lunch fucking ugh.
Yeah,
It's the worst.
I never eat lunch.
Lunch is the worst. It's the worst meal of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Jen and I talk about this all the time, especially since we're home too. And it's like, all right, well, I'm in a good workflow. What do you want for lunch?
Nothing.
I don't want to fucking cook.
Right.
Like, do we have leftovers? Do we have this? Do we have that? I hate lunch. And there's like, you always look too, especially those of you who work from home. You always look. I mean, unless you got dino nuggies, that's one thing.
Sure.
You know, but
you're not cooking those. That's air fryer.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
even still, you know. So what I was doing for a little while is I would get the chick patties, the Morningstar chick patties. Those are pretty good in like a pinch, you know. Just kind of throw it in, or the regular chicken patties, the Tyson chicken patties. Those are pretty good. But man, I hate lunch. I hate lunch. And then it gets even harder because now they're like, well, cold cuts are no good for you, and it's like,
right.
Well,
nothing's good for you, man.
You're killing me here.
This
was easy.
Nothing's good for you ever. Make your own cold cuts.
Right.
You know, you could do that. You could do like anytime I've made a roast beef, it's been amazing.
Right.
Right. Or if I get cold cuts, generally what I'll do is I'll get beef.
Right.
Because usually that is not formed and packaged together. Like I'll do the store brand one too, because it's like they'll make it there.
Right.
And that's like you put a roast in the oven and then you slice it thin.
Right.
You know? So that seems like the safest bet to me.
Right.
Anyway, I could be wrong about that. That's based on nothing other than thinking like, oh, well, it didn't have to be shipped here.
Well,
kept in a package.
Well, if you're talking
shelf
stop and
stable,
shop,
you know.
if you're talking stop and shop, that's where they ship them in from there.
Yeah, their store-bought does too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't make it there. It comes in a package.
Does it?
Yeah, it sits out. Are you a kiosk guy?
I'm an Instacart guy.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I don't like to go.
Yeah.
Because if I go, I buy way more stuff.
Right. Okay. So if you're an Instacart guy, you're at a second disadvantage because if you go to the thing, they actually have all of the meats kind of like sitting in their packages and stuff. Stop and Shops is all packaged.
Gotcha.
It's all prepackaged, and it's shipped to different stores. Now, where you run into a situation where you don't have that is more of like the smaller boutique stores, like a North Shore.
Right.
North Shore Farms has a kitchen on premises where they will cook it.
Gotcha. Okay.
You know, somewhere that has something more than just like a deli counter and a rotisserie chicken thing.
Right.
Is where you'll get, you know, so Uncle Giuseppe's, North Shore Farms.
Yeah, I'll get roast beef from Uncle Giuseppe's.
Yeah, that's where it differs. Otherwise, it's, you know, it's prepackaged.
Same shit. Yeah.
And with those places too, is that, you know, the turkey, same thing. Turkey, the ham. I think because of the I like Virginia ham or Black Forest ham, but those are processed. So however they do them, it's still processed.
Right.
But
it's all processed. You know what I mean? Like they can't not call it processed because to get a ham to you, it goes through other hands.
Yeah.
And that's a process.
Exactly.
Right. So it's been cooked, it's been seasoned, those are processes. So if you see something that says it's like not processed, that's like a bullshit buzzword.
Right.
Type of thing. And there's a bunch of them. Like I got into kind of like looking into some of that stuff, and they're like, here's the things that they'll say because people for some reason think things are bad for them if they have this word on them. But that word can mean a bunch of different things. You know, like if they cut the roast off of a cow and then put it in the oven with seasoning and then slice it thin, those are all processes. So that meat's been processed.
Oh, right.
But if they pack it with nitrates so that it's shelf stable, and they send it weeks in advance, and it's been sitting there with stuff pumped into it, and there's all kinds of stuff that's also processed, but there's no distinction between those two things.
Right.
They never tell you like which process it is.
Right. Okay.
So that's where it gets kind of like a little bit dicey when you're trying to. That's what sucks about trying to figure out how to like eat healthy or do things healthy, is that there's so much information out there that they don't give you.
Yeah.
And there's so many one words that they can use to define a million different things.
Yeah. I think the other issue, there's like this whole thing with like, listen, if you study anything food wise, I mean, other than, you know, my steak is going to turn into a unicorn.
Right.
If you look at the long-term effects of any food with prolonged exposure for an extended period of time, guess what? It's going to give you fucking cancer.
Sure.
It is.
Everything gives you cancer.
It's like,
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, like, just all
But
these
you're
studies.
right.
It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh, well, you know, this doesn't give you cancer, but it'll shoot your blood pressure through the roof.
Right.
This will create extra anxiety.
Right.
It's like, yeah, well, that's why you don't have hamburgers 3 times a day,
Right.
every day of your life.
Yeah.
That's why you don't have
Everything is okay in moderation.
bacon every meal of the day, every day of your life.
Mm-hmm.
It's why you don't have, you know, and the same goes with fruit, you know, like there's a reason.
Too many strawberries can kill you.
Too much celery.
Too much water.
Too much celery is like
Yeah.
bad for you because it's negative calories.
Mm-hmm.
Your body, you know, if you're dipping it in blue cheese, obviously not. But like if you're
Who doesn't do that?
if you're eating them straight up, it's like
Right.
your body is burning more than it's taking in.
Right.
When it comes to that.
Same
So,
with
yeah.
rabbit.
Right. So like, okay, well, if you're gonna continue to fucking do that, then yeah, you're gonna pass out.
Right.
Because you're not intaking any calories. So like, yeah, I think the end of the day, everything is moderation. And,
Yeah.
And yeah, there are certain things that are more unhealthy than others. But at the end of the day, like, life's tough.
Right.
You know, life is really fucking hard, and you're trying to do everything and be everything to everybody that is in your life. Some people have more people than others and
Mm-hmm.
other facets and stuff like that. But to like shun somebody for having their vice be McDonald's for like, you know, they just grab a McDonald's once a month or,
Right.
you know, like,
Reward yourself.
have it. Having McDonald's once in a while isn't going to kill you.
Right.
Having McDonald's every day, multiple times a day, that'll kill you.
Right.
Conversely,
So
you
will
said-
eating nothing but oranges.
yeah,
You know.
yeah, it's gonna rip an acid hole through your stomach.
Mm-hmm. Your teeth will fall out.
Right. So, moderation, people. Moderation. That's all.
And, yeah, I think any information that you get where you're reading it from a source that's not a certified doctor or a board certified health specialist.
Well, I feel like even those though, like,
Well, they're all going to be skewed, but anything that it's part of the propaganda machine, but it's also part of the sales machine.
sure.
They're selling you on something else. Whether it's selling you on a different product, or whether it's selling you on a lifestyle, or whether it's selling you on whatever supplement they're trying to give you, or whatever kind of dietary restrictions or allowances they're peddling. Like everything in there is it's a sales thing.
It's also, you know, like they're selling themselves.
Yeah, of course.
You know, if they're a doctor doing research, what do they need?
Yeah.
They need funding to do that research. So the more popular or more renowned, that viral is a thing. Being viral is a thing. So the more viral your study gets, the more news coverage your research gets. Well, guess what that means? People are going to want to be a part of your studies.
And guess why they call it viral? Because it'll kill you.
That's right. Too much of that gonna fucking kill you.
Yeah. Figure out your own thing that you can do and that you like to do, and
You
that
can go
doesn't
your
make
own
you
way.
doesn't make you go your own way.
That's all I could think of.
Yeah. And then be moderate about it and talk to your doctor.
Yeah.
That's it. Enjoy food.
Treat yourself.
Because you know what? French fries are the shit.
Yeah.
And so is pizza.
Yeah.
And so is steak.
Yeah.
And so is chicken.
Yeah.
And so is hot sauce. So is whiskey. And if your thing is celery and jump ropes, fucking hell yeah.
Keep jumping that rope.
But do it. Talk to your doctor. If you want to eat nothing but meat, or you want to be vegan, or you want to do this, or you want to do that, do it. Enjoy it.
Donna says, if you're home to get the shipments, Hungry Root was great. I used to get it, and they have health meals with recipes, basically things that are already thrown in a pan and takes 10 minutes to cook. That's good too.
Yeah, we did. We just had a free month of, which one was it? I don't remember. It was one of those. Like, my mom did it, and by doing it, she could send a free month to somebody else. So they sent us a free month, and so we got a couple of meals, and they were really good.
Yeah.
You got all the ingredients, and then you got like cards that tell you how to cook everything, which was great because Annie was trying to learn how to cook some different things than like what's in her repertoire. And so she cooked all the meals from it.
That's awesome.
And they came out great. They were awesome, and it was good stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think those are definitely a good thing. And you can work them out. I know that, like, get a calculator, right? And look at what you spend at the grocery store, and then look at what you spend on that, and be like, what am I spending per meal?
Yeah.
You know, you can make it work, and sometimes it's cheaper.
Yeah. I shop the sales, but I'm also
Yeah.
shopping for a family of 4. So
It's see, that's why I use Instacart. I actually spend less, even though I'm like tipping somebody. But
Yeah.
I'm spending less because, one, I can see the breakdown and the cost of everything the entire time.
Yeah.
So before I'm not at the register and find out how much I spent and then have that like panic of like, I'm not going to go put things back. I'm not going to put, fuck. And I'm also not walking around and seeing things and going, oh, I want that too. I want that too.
Well, it's just discipline.
Yeah, I lack discipline.
Yeah, that's discipline. Like, I can go into a store and, now listen, do I do it all the time? Hell no. But I can go into a store and go, I need this, this, and this, and I can go in, do it, and leave.
Oh, there's certain aisles that I have no discipline in.
Yeah,
The cheese section, no discipline.
see,
No discipline.
I shop at different places for cheese.
Yeah.
My preferred shopping is Stop and Shop. That's a local here in New York. But like, I'll shop the sales. So the things that I do pick up, I'll only pick them up because they're cheap now.
Yeah.
And it'll help me later. You know? So if ground, like, for instance, ground meat was on sale this week. It was like $2.99 a pound.
Do you go in knowing what's on sale, or do you just kind of see it as you're there?
A little of both.
Okay.
A little of both. And I'll go, okay, well, limit is 2. Cool. I'll grab it. They come in the family packs. I'll grab 2. I'll chop them up, throw them in the freezer, and now I got 4 or 5 weeks worth of stuff that I can go to.
Right.
I can come back to. Chicken, same thing. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, I have the list of things that I need. Stop and Shop is going to be the place that I could get those at a reasonable price.
Yeah.
And then, like North Shore, I'll shop the sales. Stop and Shop, I'll shop the sales. Sometimes I'll go to like ShopRite to shop. Like, It's just a matter of strategery.
Yeah.
Because if you go in there just going like, I'm going to get this week's stuff, and you don't have a list and you don't have a regiment, all bets are off. You're just going to pull everything off the shelves.
I do the perimeter first though,
Mhm.
and then I see how much stuff I have, and I'm like, do I really need to go through the other aisles? If I'm there, but like I said, I'm doing it online because I can go what's on sale, and then I get only what's on sale will be on my screen, and I can scroll through, and I can be like, do I want any of this? Do I need any of this? And then I can go through each different section. I'm like, oh, we'll go through the deli aisle and then see what's there. And then before I do anything at the end, I can bring it all up and I can look at how much everything is. And I can see it and I go, oh, maybe I don't need that. Maybe I don't need that. Maybe I don't need that. So I've actually spent less. I've saved money by doing that.
Again, everybody's got their
But that's definitely worked for me. The healthy route thing that Donna was saying, I think that's really smart too. And that's she just
impulse
said,
buys.
Exactly.
Impulse
you're
buys,
avoiding impulse buys. Because I'll go through the cheese aisle and I'll buy it all because I'm like, oh man, I haven't had this in a while. What's this cheese with this added to it? Or what's a dill garlic Havarti? I've never had that.
That's the issue of going to like a North Shore with no agenda, right? Like you go to North Shore Farms and you get all the meats, all the cheese, all the crackers, all the olives.
Yep.
For me, not you.
Right.
Just anything that's like a charcuterie friendly.
Yeah,
thing,
that's a thing for me.
It's
too.
It's like okay, well, I can put this on a board and make it delicious.
Right, and it'll last.
Sweet peach and amaretto jam. I could use this at some point.
I'd like to try that. Let me buy the whole jar.
Right. Yeah. Oh, it's just $7.
Right. Well, yeah, that's it. Oh, I want to try
ounce.
this cheese. That's $12.
Yeah.
That's.
But there's a time and a place for it. You know.
Yeah. That's the best.
Yeah.
Do your thing, people.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'll walk by like the drinks. They'll have like, if I haven't had what is that drink that you just started drinking? I can't think of the name of it right now.
Is it a non-alcoholic?
Yeah, it's the stuff that
seltzer.
No, it's healthy. It's probiotic. It's
kombucha.
Kombucha. I couldn't think of the word.
Yeah.
I'll walk by and I'll be like, oh, I haven't had kombucha in a while, and I'll see like, oh, there's a sale. There's 2 for 1 on this, but a bottle of kombucha is like $8, and maybe I wouldn't have bought it if I wasn't standing there by it. But if I'm standing there by it, I'll buy 6 of them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a matter of pacing.
Yeah.
It's a matter of pacing.
And discipline. Rack of discipline. Like from South Park.
Like that. Yeah. You can't.
I definitely rack of discipline.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Every once in a while. But like I said, in a Stop and Shop, the other key is knowing the store.
Yeah.
If you know the store really well, you'll know which aisles to avoid.
Sure.
So like I know the 2 Stop and Shops really, really, really well. So I'll jet to those areas and that'd be it. I have like a strategic plan. Okay, start at your left. Start at your right. Make your way left. And it seems to work out okay for me.
That's nice.
Same like North Shore. What I'll do is I'll peruse the produce. I'll check the seafood, and then I'll jet all the way to the meat section, and I'll go around the back, and I'm going to miss every other aisle.
Right.
I'm going to miss every other thing.
I'll pull that one too.
And I'm going to miss all of the gourmet cheeses, and I'm going to miss all, just because. And then if you look too, and like some of the things, you'll like look at it, and I've disciplined myself to the point where I'm like, that's expensive.
Right.
That's too expensive for that. I'm not going to buy that.
Oh, see,
I'll wait on it.
If it's cheese and this expensive, I'll be like, I'll put these peppers back.
What's up, buddy?
Yo, I know it's cold.
Indeed.
So you want to get the sweaters going?
No, I reject that, and I'll tell you why.
Why would you do that?
Well, you don't put gloves on furry hands, do you?
Well, no.
No, you don't. So you know what? I like to keep my beanbag clean like my palms.
Yes.
That's right.
The Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra is out now. It's got the skin safe technology you're
Yes,
used
it
to.
does.
It's got the LED light like you're used to. But
It's got
this
the
one,
extra head.
it's got the foil blade.
Oh my god, the foil blade. It's nice for the crevasse.
Exactly. So it, hooks
know?
up your nether regions.
Goes right up the Mississippi on the one side and the Rio Grande on the other side.
Exactly. So go to manscaped.com, use the promo code BACONPOD for 20% off, plus free shipping.
Yeah, indeed.
And it's not even just for this, right?
No, it's
you
for
could
anything on there.
Exactly, especially
Our favorite.
the crop mops, the ball and butt wipes. If you see us, we always give them out.
We'll hand them to you.
Exactly.
They'll
But
be in the package. It's okay.
if you don't see us,
No.
manscaped.com, promo code BACONPOD, 20% off of those bad boys.
Free shipping.
And always remember to ask yourself,
What's your bacon?
See, that's the thing. It's like longevity.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Frozen veggies, that's a great one to kind of do. That saves you money.
I don't do.
And they
frozen-
last longer.
Well, my thing with that is that if I get frozen veggies, sometimes people like them, sometimes they don't in the house. In my house.
Yeah.
And
Depends on how you cook them. Like if
I
I
would
get frozen
rather-
veggies, it's onions, peppers, corn, things like
Right.
that I'm going to use for like fajitas or some
yeah,
kind of-
like I used to do the frozen peppers, and then I'd use them twice.
Yep.
And then the third time, it's like it looks like Lloyd Christmas when he's hanging on the back of Harry's bike.
yeah,
And
there
it's
is
like
that.
"Ugh," and then it gets kind of gross.
Right.
So I just my thing is I'd rather spend a little bit of extra money
Hmm.
and use it than to save some money and then not use it, because at the end of the day that it all equals out, right?
That's true.
If you buy a bag of peppers for $4 that are pre-cut and everything.
Oh yeah, I don't have a family, so I'm not buying the bag of peppers. I'm buying like 3 peppers.
Oh no. So I'd
Right.
rather buy 3 peppers or 2 peppers
Yeah.
and use that for a meal
Yeah.
than have the bag of.
Frozen. Okay.
Frozen.
I got you. I
Yeah.
got you. I got what you're
So
saying.
that's that.
Do you have anything that you like? If you don't see it, you won't buy it. But if you see it or smell it, you're definitely going to buy it. Like for me, that's bread. If I walk by a bakery aisle and I look and the bread's there and it's one of those like it's a crusty loaf and the top looks great and it looks like I can squeeze it, it's gonna crumble and then be soft in the middle. I'm like, I'm taking this home. I'm taking this will be lucky
actually-
to make it home. I'm gonna eat half of this in the car.
Actually, I've gotten really good. It used to be Cheez-Its, right? Of course.
Yeah.
It used to be Cheez-Its. But now I'm trying to think. I'm going to say tortilla chips.
Okay.
And that's only because I like like the family likes certain ones.
Yeah.
And we do a lot of Mexican or Hispanic based,
Me too. All the time. Yeah.
like tacos, burritos, fajitas are like in constant rotation.
Yeah, that's-
and it never disappoints. Nobody
always-
turns down taco night or
That's
burrito
always
night.
say tonight.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nobody turns that down. You always need tortilla chips.
So I've been making tortillas out. I've been buying like just corn tortillas,
Mhm.
and then I'll grab maybe 5 of them, and then cut them and have a bunch of tortillas. I'll cook them in the air fryer,
Mhm.
salt them real quick, and I've got fresh ones right there. And I haven't bought tortilla chips in a year or more
Yeah.
probably because I've just done that, and then I have them whenever I want them, and I only have however many I make, so that I'm not eating a whole bag.
Tortillas
So that's worked for me.
are one of my downfalls in terms of life. Like,
That's not a bad life you're having. That's good.
Well, yeah,
Tortillas
right.
are the downfall. That's all right.
right.
I mean, it's unfortunate. I feel bad for you because tortillas are great.
No, they're great.
Yeah.
They're fantastic. And that's
How
my
is
problem.
it a downfall?
Because
You just-
tortilla chips, I just love to eat them.
So if you just bought round corn tortillas, like you're gonna make street tacos, you would just make all the chips at once?
Probably.
Still, you're controlling how much salt is on those chips. And the air
Yeah.
fryer is a great place to make those.
Yeah. I think
That's how I do
it's-
hard tacos too.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah,
I spent $15 on 2 like taco shapers.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Right, so you wrap it around, you put a little bottom on it, and you throw. You make 2 at a time, but they're in the air fryer, and it takes like 15 minutes.
Right.
But still, like you throw them in when you're going to start cooking everything else.
Yeah, and
You got a couple of hard tacos, and then you throw another couple in while you're eating, and then jump over again.
I like see again talking about the evening snack.
Yeah.
I love some sour cream.
Okay.
And then a really like a hot sauce.
Yeah.
And you mix them together.
Okay.
Or I actually also have, because my cheese thing.
Right.
We found a product called Magic Cheese that is non-dairy, but is really great, and it makes really great queso. And I make mac and cheese with it as well, and it goes over swimmingly at the Wayman household.
Give Oaxaca a try.
Oaxaca, okay.
It's very much like a mozzarella, but it's a little bit. It's like a combination of mozzarella and string cheese. It's got a nice saltiness
Oaxaca?
to it. Yeah,
Okay.
Oxaca. Usually comes. It looks like
And like a chunk,
like a braid. It looks like
Okay.
It's like a ball that's like braided together. It's really good, and it's. I don't think there's lactose. I think it's relatively low, and seems to be like kind of like the hard cheeses thing. People are able to eat
Sure.
it that have issues with cheese,
Okay.
but it melts great. It gets really stringy and stuff.
nice.
I've used that a few times now for quesadillas or
Yeah.
things like that.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah, I've been using pretty much like Annie loves cheddar. So like if she goes to the store, she'll come home with like 4 different cheddars.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, we got 4 cheddars. Cool.
Cheddars,
But there won't be
better.
like a cheddar with garlic in it and a cheddar with it'll be like an 18-month cheddar and a 12-month cheddar
Yeah.
and like a young cheddar and an extra sharp cheddar. And I'm like, these are all the same cheese.
Yeah.
They're all
Give me-
great.
Right.
They're all excellent,
Give me a port wine one.
but they're all the same.
Give me a horseradish one. Give me a Dubliner.
Like the Dubliner's good. Yeah, that's a good one. That's
Respect to the
that's a solid choice. But yeah, give that a try. I've been using a lot of basically, I guess, Mexican cheeses.
Yeah, I got the crumbly one. What's that called? The queso fresco.
Sure, there's queso fresco that comes in usually it looks like a wheel.
The wheel, and you
Yeah.
just crumble it up.
Mhm.
I've been using that. I've been making street tacos.
That's same.
Street tacos are the best because all you
Oh,
got to do is you got your meat,
Mm-hmm.
you got your diced onion, a little bit of cilantro, a little bit of green
And that's it.
chili. That's it.
That's it.
And you could do
A
that
little hot sauce.
little bit of hot sauce, and you could have a number of different types.
Yeah.
You can have steak, you can have chicken, I made shrimp just
Oh.
last week,
Nice. Nice.
and it was shrimp. I used tequila in the marinade.
Yeah,
It's
you should.
yeah.
Tequila is a
Now the key-
great flavor enhancer for cooking
Yes.
because you taste it, but it's good.
I have a
There's
good
lots of-
tequila inside that I don't really drink.
Okay.
I'll bring it out here because we're trying to be thrifty and all.
Tequila is my second of the boozes.
Tonight I might do like a tequila one to see if I'm
Mm.
on board with you,
Delicious.
because vodka's been my thing. If I'm not doing whiskey,
Vodka's great because it's vodka's like the tofu of liquors because it just takes on the flavor of
Right.
whatever you put with it. Tequila definitely has a flavor, but that's what I like about it. I like kind of that taste that's happening. It gives a little something like whiskey does.
Mhm.
But yeah,
there's
vodka's
complexity. to it.
great. Vodka's great because of that, because you could put a tablespoon of pineapple juice in vodka,
and that's
and it's amazing.
Yeah, man. Well, Day drinking's been fun. We didn't even get to taste that.
No, we
I
didn't.
mean, but we're talking healthy.
But now we're
how
talking
many-
healthy, so now I don't even want to.
Yeah, like I feel bad about
the thrill
about
is
myself.
gone.
I feel bad about myself.
Yeah, but day drinking, I don't feel bad about myself at all. I'm a fan.
Well, no,
of
this
day
is liquid.
I will say, when I was in Nashville with School of Rock, I went on a trip, a business trip with School of Rock, with the general managers and the show directors. I am neither of those things.
Mhm.
So nothing applied to me at all. So I was going to things and just taking notes for everybody. We were splitting up, and everybody took a different presentation pretty much. But I was, I like to feel like I was the good influence of the whole trip, because when we all met at the airport, I was like, we're going to meet at the bar. And we all met at the bar, and we all had drinks before we got on the plane. And then when we were in the morning, when we got our coffees, they were like, this coffee's not good. And I'm like, we should go to the bar and put shots in it. Nobody agreed with me the first day. Second day, every single one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So we all were going to all these presentations with little Irish coffee
A little zooted up.
going on. And then midday lunchtime, it was like nobody wanted coffee anymore. And I was like, well, you know what? They sell airline bottles of vodka at the coffee shop in the hotel. And they also sell Gatorade. If you get vodka, I recommend red or the orange.
Mm-hmm.
If you get tequila, I recommend the green. And so everybody went into the last ones with spiked Gatorade.
Yeah. One of my
Day drinking was all the time.
Recently we spoke about this, and we'll have to do this one time. And I know it's dangerous,
Mhm.
but I think we should definitely do an episode when we do this. But one of my old high school drinks that our clan used to have, and then in later years I actually wrote a song about it, and then in latter years I let some of those band members in on it, and they got really, really just completely annihilated on it.
Oh, fantastic.
Is Parrot Bay and Blue Gatorade.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. I was like, well,
Right.
But also,
I mean, yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I think we should do that.
Okay.
It would probably be like, it would start here.
Right.
And it would be more mobile stuff.
I don't know where I'd end up.
Well, that's part of the fun, right?
Well,
I think we need to hire
for
somebody.
me, yeah. I
We
mean,
need to hire somebody to follow us with the camera.
if any volunteers want to follow us with a camera while
Parrot Bay and Blue Gatorade. Let's fucking go. Let's go.
they so you know how I'm that Jimmy in certain circles.
Yes,
Yeah. Over the weekend it was so there was the difference between there was 2 drink Jimmy and there was 4 drink Jimmy.
Mm.
And everybody was enjoyed 4 drink Jimmy.
Mm.
Anything more than 4 drink Jimmy was kind of like, some people enjoy them and some people don't.
I agree.
I understand.
And I think that's with anybody though.
Yeah, I think so.
I've had some really great experiences with past 4 drink Jimmy.
Sure.
Past 4 drink Jimmy.
I probably had a great time too.
Past 4 drink Jimmy has also punched me in the stomach while taking a shot, making me puke.
Right. Yeah.
Because he's my friend.
Yeah. That was probably 7 drink Jimmy.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I can laugh about it.
It's
now.
like gnomes. There's
Right.
a certain
Yeah, right.
number of
Yeah.
them that, once you
So
hit 7, it becomes I become a soul taker.
Right. So like, while I can laugh about it now and be like, that was funny.
Mhm.
At the time I was like, fuck that Jimmy.
Right.
I don't like that Jimmy.
Right.
But it was only for that, like, it was a split second. So
Well, sure. Yeah.
that's what happens when you're in an abusive relationship.
That is what
You-
happens.
you-
That is what happens.
You
explain it away.
You're like,
You go, normally he's
But-
great.
but you know what? He was really docile before
Right.
that.
He hits you because he likes you.
He loves you.
He hits you because he likes you is the worst thing anyone ever did to children.
Right. Right.
That is the worst thing.
That's why we have this podcast, though.
I will say I never hit anybody because I like them.
Oh, you didn't like me that night?
It had nothing to do with like or dislike. I hit you because I thought it'd be funny.
Oh, okay. You're right.
Yeah.
Oh no, you laughed your ass off.
Yeah, that had nothing to do with
Right.
you. That had everything to do with me. That was a selfish act.
Yeah.
That was not a, maybe you'll notice me if I do this.
No.
I knew you'd notice me.
You and I were drinking.
I already had your
So, yeah.
attention.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get it.
I was just trying to make myself laugh. Today drinking and keeping healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for joining us, everybody on the Patreon. Thank you guys. We appreciate you for spending your lunch hour with us. So thank you for that. If any of you are still here, you guys are probably all back to work. Someone's requesting a Patreon campfire night with booze and tunes this summer.
I
think that's
that would be
something.
cool.
I think that's something that could be done, especially like for our patrons in the New York area.
Yeah.
Any others come in too? I think that'd be fun.
We're gonna do. You know, we've had a little bit of a wacky, past couple of months between
Right.
travel and all sorts of stuff. So once this trip to New Orleans is over, things start to kind of become a little more normal.
Right. Right
and-
before summer show season.
Well, yeah. But
If we're
summer
doing
show-
it, we're not doing that many. I mean, we're doing a few, but
Yeah, but like it's still relatively normal for us. But
Yeah.
but that being said, shows don't count as things toward this,
right.
Like our band things, they don't count.
Yeah.
So this, and then I would like to also go back and revisit doing the Shanley Hotel.
Yes.
Maybe doing an outing, a Patreon outing.
Yeah, I would like to do that too. So those of you that are on the Patreon, just keep in contact with us. Keep an eye out because we're gonna probably come up with a couple things.
Yeah, and if
that we
you're
wanna do
not on the
with you guys.
Patreon, go to patreon.com/baconismypodcast.
Stay the same. It hasn't changed. I appreciate that still.
Right.
Thank you.
Exactly. So
Finally.
go ahead, go over there, check it out. We're gonna do some outings. I think we're gonna do some outings. I don't want to spill too many beans, especially because I haven't really spoken to him about it.
Right.
But
I don't have all the beans.
the wrestling stuff
Mm-hmm.
there might be something on the horizon.
Cool.
But not like having a wrestler on, like us do something
Okay.
in a ring.
I'll drop an elbow.
Maybe. We'll see. It's a good thing you're going to the gym and getting your cardio up because
So I can take a chair shot.
because we might need to get somebody to camera us and so but I think that's like a Patreon type deal.
Okay.
But
Going
yeah,
for the tag team titles.
maybe or commentary
I
or
like it.
managing, but figuring out some bumps.
So many things.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we've got some stuff. We're gonna get once we get past this incredibly busy time. We're gonna move forward and do some more stuff for you guys, and maybe get back to 2 times a week again. We'll see. And
How have you guys liked the schedule? You guys let us know.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think. If you think it's easier to kind of like keep up. Were we on too much before where it was just kind of like you felt like you were missing things or behind? Let's know. It's always a thing we're playing with, you know?
but yeah, and always remember to ask yourself one super important question. What is that question, Jimsy?
What'd you have for breakfast if you're going to the gym?
Oh yeah. Go for a smoothie, bud.
Yeah.
A little bit of protein powder.
But more important than that,
Oh yeah.
what's your bacon?
World peace.
Thanks, guys.